Fucking awesome.
Here we go.
PizzaFellas
You happy
podcast
now?
right here.
We got a
The highest
stretch.
in the world.
It's a PizzaFellas podcast.
Bobby, what's up?
Turn speakers on, we back
Bobby!
at the glass.
Bobby, I bought a lot, so make sure to take care of business. Underneath on the glasses. Hey, Bobby, you want ice? It's over there.
This is talk with Salad Joe, Oliver, Antonio.
My stash.
It's a stash.
I've never gotten weed in.
Eyeshadow.
Do we do that? Do we do that? Yeah, when the kids go in. All right, cool. Yeah, all right, just asking. Hey, what's up, guys? Episode 42 here at the PizzaFellas podcast. Episode 42. Hey.
Steve in the house.
Episode 42. Go on YouTube, Spotify, follow us. Okay, hit the like button and subscribe. Also, go to all our social media outlets: X, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Follow us on there. Like our reels, that are going out. And I know a lot of you are liking the Marvin. Holy shit!
Holy shit!
Oh, that guy.
Holy shit!
I know that got like 2,000 views in about 2-3 hours. And the one in the freezer that you did, that was pretty fucking funny.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
That one was pretty good. I mean, the freezer one was probably top
Listen, we
notch.
got a lot more. We got a
10
lot more with
seconds.
him.
But again, go and follow us on all those platforms. Let's get into our sponsors here quick.
Here we go. Jeff Adams, Remax Realty, 610-972-5323. Reach out to Jeff to buy a house, sell a house, whatever you want to do with a house, he's got it. Enter.net, social media, he says. Sometimes he calls me up for shit. But website design and all that good stuff here in Lehigh Valley.
We need a timeout. Somebody check the air thing there. Oliver, turn it. Okay, just like that. Okay, continue.
Okay. Sorry, again, Enter.net.
We need quality air.
Corsa. Yeah. Franco's Pizza, Rose and Filippo Belia, right there in Wilkes-Barre. Like I always say, before you go to jail and get 25 years, walk across the street, eat a meal, and then go to jail. Steve Seiler, I think he's here.
In the house.
There he is.
Steve.
There's your insurance guy right here, 570-446-8023. Lehigh Valley Pizza Shops, the Facebook page. Right here, Oliver Nasri, congrats to his kid. He just graduated, right?
Great
Congratulations.
Awesome
Great
from Parkland.
Congratulations.
Master Supply, sorry. Kevin and Barb Master. And we have
Dave is in the
Dave
house.
Sweeney right here as well. For all your janitorial, disposables, all that good stuff. He even told me he has tampons. He did.
Wait, and Dave, is it a $100 gift certificate now you're giving?
Our other good man here, Tony Nasser, TNY Construction. As I always say, no job too big, no job too small. For good old Tony Nasser. All your construction needs, you want to build a house, a shed, a fence, whatever, he's got you. Banko Beverage. I don't have to say Joe Marino, Tony Gallo, and Jim Glassick because they're sitting right to the left of me. Here they are. Thank you again for the sponsorship at Banko Beverage.
Which was which?
Well,
I didn't see Jim.
Jim I think Jim's in the car.
No, he was on vacation.
He's on vacation,
Colorado, right? He's on a mountain with a goat.
Guys, we're getting into the season of summer. So, what does that mean for summer? When you're thirsty, what do you drink? You drink Joe's Teas. You drink Calypso. You drink Zoa. You drink all this good stuff. Just, Sal's drinking 15 a day now.
Jack Daniels.
Jack Daniels. All this good stuff. You guys got to get it in you. Get it in the shops. Reach out to me. Reach out to Jim Glassick. Reach out to Sal. Reach out to Joe. Reach out to Bruno. Reach out to whoever. We'll get you the stuff. Okay? All that good stuff. Tonight's beer is Miller High Life.
Miller High Life.
Okay?
Delicious.
Okay.
Drink it. Great beer.
Also, we can't forget about Pabst beer as well, because we love that stuff too. And I can't contain myself because I have to share this news.
Great news.
This is like the best news ever, guys. So I could officially say, because Joe and I was on the phone with this gentleman, Brian Hernandez. Shout out to you, Brian, from the U.S. Pizza team. PizzaFellas podcast. We are the official broadcaster for the United States Pizza team.
And we're going to be judges. And we're going to be judges.
And we're going to be judges at some of these events. So We've come a long way, and we're
Yeah, it was an exciting conversation. It really was.
It chokes me up.
It gives me a chill right through my body because it's like, actually, I'm a person in the industry that's going to make good decisions.
Yeah.
Good decisions.
We're going to see a lot more of the U.S. Pizza team members on our podcast, as they call it, broadcast. So we're going to be
broadcasting
out
for them.
there. Broadcasting for them.
And also, too, we are in conversation with PMQ Magazine, which is Pizza Magazine Quarterly, which is very exciting for us. I mean, that's a very big step to be able to have these conversations with them. Monday, they're sitting down, and they're going to have some conversations, and hopefully, I think they'll be good. I mean, things have come this far. We wouldn't be with the U.S. Pizza team if it wasn't going to move that way.
Look them up. The U.S. Pizza team. I guess it's .com.
Well, we'll put their website on. For this video,
yeah.
You'll have their website. Go on, support these guys. And these are guys that are going over to Parma, Italy to compete. I mean, pizza's a big thing. Let's not talk shit. I mean, it's a competitive industry of a lot of the successful people in the industry are very open. Nobody's worried about their recipe or this, but they'll talk with you. It's not that they're not going to say, hey, I use this, I use that. But at the end of the day, you have to finish. You have to perform.
Right.
That's the bottom line. So we're happy to be part of that.
So we're blessed tonight to have Joe Marino on for the second time. He's over here.
Well, wait. We got to look at the room here. Look at the room. We got Bruno Scipione over here.
All right. All
right. We got Bobby Arena over here.
Okay.
We got Gus Elias. We got Maurice Azar. We got my nephew Tony over here. All right, we got Gigi over there. And look at these kids over there. Turn the camera there. Look at those guys. All right, what a bunch of joy over there. Last day of school, and everybody's having a freaking good time.
And they came to watch the podcast, right?
Yeah.
So it's a great thing. So, without any further ado, again, I'll introduce Joe Marino and Tony Gallo from Banko Beverage, which they've rode with us from the beginning. So I got to tip my hat to them. And they believed in us, and we believe in them. And that's why we have a nice little happy marriage. But
nice little happy marriage.
We got a bromance going on.
Yeah. So
I mean, we should truly start off with, I think the people here that are watching us, they have a curiosity. Who's Tony Gallo? Who the family? I mean, let's hear it. Where'd you grow up? Who
am I? I'm originally from Easton. The family,
love Easton.
Everyone, my predecessors. My father's from Easton. Jimmy Gallo's from Easton. My mom is Frank's daughter. So she is third generation by blood Banko Beverage Company. My great grandfather started it as a soda bottling company. And then after Prohibition, we came out as a beer wholesaler in December.
Do you remember what beer that he was selling, your grandfather?
Schlitz?
Was it Schlitz?
Not.
The great grandfather? I don't know, but
What would be the beer back after Prohibition?
Frank, his grandfather, made his bones bringing Schaefer into the Lehigh Valley.
Well, Schaefer was,
Bringing it in. When you say bringing it in, bringing it from.
Because it was made in New York, and nobody had it here. So
Uncle Frankie, that's what he drank. Schaefer beer, yes.
We used to have these old brewery trucks. We used to get them. They were old, beat-up brewery trucks that we got from Schaefer Brewery. And anybody that's old enough to know, they were...
Yeah, it's way before my time.
Yeah, exactly.
Many moons before my time.
But he brought
Schaefer used to have the brewery in Fogelsville, which is Sam Adams now, and the big thing they had was tours. You would go there and do tours.
This is way...
that's way before that.
Yeah,
I know.
Decades.
Listen, just a big piece of information on the table.
Yeah.
You're like throwing it out there like an ash.
Yeah.
So the Schaefer's, that's crazy.
All that started on the south side of Bethlehem. And that place is gone now. That was
really?
That place is gone now. That was a long time ago. When do you think we got out of the south side of Bethlehem and made it over to Hanover Ave? I'd say early 70s.
I started 78. So it was. We were at Central Park when I started. So,
Right.
and it's been I think
probably
for a while.
late '60s, early '70s. We ended up on Hanover Ave, split in Allentown and Bethlehem over there.
Okay.
And that was just a little shack as well. It was a little shack, and then there was multiple additions added to keep up with business and try to, and then by the end of our time there, I mean, it was an absolute. They weren't additions; they were buildings added to buildings.
Yeah.
They weren't additions.
Because I'm like trying
They
to go through my
weren't
mind as you're
additions.
saying that. Because when I would go there,
They
and I was like,
additions.
they were
cement
buildings.
foundations added.
Yeah.
to
But where in
cement
Southside
foundations
Bethlehem was this?
south-
Where?
Right by before
no,
Bennett.
Atlantic Street.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
yeah,
thinking
yeah.
of a different spot.
So you go off of 4th Street,
Yeah.
okay, and there's Atlantic, and you go up, and you're headed towards Lehigh.
I think it's a parking lot now.
I drove by the other day when I
think it's
the
a
other day
fenced-in
a while
parking-
back because I was like thinking, what's there? Because it used to be a Quonset hut. It was literally Quonset hut.
It was a little tiny thing.
Little metal shed.
And that's where the beer was coming out of.
Yeah, for the longest time.
Soda.
How many delivery trucks a
Wait,
day?
soda?
It was a soda bottling company.
Oh, this is right after Prohibition.
It was originally a soda bottling company. So
What year is
soda
this,
bottling
Tony? What
company,
year is
and then,
this?
Well, we came out of that in 1933, and we were Banko Beverage Company. December
But the
of
name-
1933, which is when? Do you know when Prohibition ended?
No, I don't.
December of 1933.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, a bit of information.
So I don't know. No one knows. Only the people that were alive knows exactly what was happening in that time period.
So,
You know
Tony,
what I
my
mean?
question is, I was always curious about this. Banko Beverage. Where is Banko from? Who is Banko?
That's my grandfather.
Oh, that's your grandfather.
Frank Banko. Yes, Frank
Okay.
Banko is my grandfather, and I mean, he's been instrumental in the growth of.
Lehigh Valley.
We wouldn't be
It's
in
unreal.
this house right now, in this part of this valley right now, unless my grandfather and a couple other people did a few things around here. You know what I mean? They actually had a little group at one point in time called the Goodfellas.
What's it called?
No
Lehigh-
kidding.
What's it called now? Lehigh Valley 20?
It's still the Goodfellas. No, it's still called the
It was the
Goodfellas. You can
Goodfellas.
you can still potentially get into it if you know what I mean. You're invited or.
Well, we're PizzaFellas. Good
Oh,
fellas.
there you go.
It's a
But I
different-
mean, at one point in time when it was all started, I believe it was just the big wigs of.
It was the Goodfellows started. It was Bethlehem area businessmen, and then they
wow.
would go there and they would network, sort of like what you guys are
Turn
doing.
the mic a little bit. Yep. Go ahead. There you
Sort
go.
of like what you guys are doing. You know, where you started, you said, okay, here's our little group, our little tight group of pizza guys. And then you get this guy, and then you get that guy, and and then it's
And then
okay.
you want tax
This guy,
write-offs,
yeah.
so
So
you
this
get
guy's
the
a-
room. You get the room.
And then
So this guy's a beer guy.
you want
We'll-
dinner
we'll
to be
get him
free
in
on
there,
Thursdays with your friends, so you start a club. You know.
And hey, we got soda guys, and we got this, we got that. So I see what your show, your show was pizza. Now your show is,
Business.
business.
Friendship.
So
Yeah.
that's how the Goodfellas
Bring it every year.
kind of morphed. Now, the big thing about the Goodfellas was, they never gave to any charity. They never had a club. They never had a clubhouse. Everybody who came in, it was $120. It was $120 a year. They put on a heck of a clam bake and a winter meeting, and
It was on you to network.
and that's
it.
it.
Was
And
on
you just
you to.
all you did was go. You paid. There's no dues, no clubhouse. You go to the picnic.
Where was the clam bake out, South Mountain?
No, actually,
Was that
it
Dick's?
used to be. Actually, it was at. It always was down off of 412. I don't know. Your mom got married there.
No, it's
Your
okay. It's
mom-
okay.
what
It's all
was
good.
that-
It's
what
all
was that?
good.
Down at outside of Hellertown. It's a grove.
All right. Well,
But whatever. So
like,
guys would go there. It was a big clam bake.
They'd have one clam bake a year, one meeting a year, and it was on you to utilize the network and use it to your advantage as you saw fit. When it started, it was a lot smaller than it is now. But I'm sure it's filled with a whole lot of businessmen now.
So your company's in Bethlehem is what we're talking about, right? So then when do you move to, what is it?
Like I
Hanover
said,
Avenue?
I'd have to say late '60s, early '70s. That's my guess.
Yeah, I can't remember.
That's my guess. It'd probably have to be late
so
'60s.
when
early
you
70s.
did that move, you still had Bethlehem operating.
No.
So that's
time was
it.
gone at
Everyone
that
moved.
point.
So
We had to
now
get out of there.
it
We
was
got too
more
big.
central location where you could hit Allentown faster.
We got
but hit
too big,
Bethlehem.
and that's what was happening at that
Got
point in
you.
time. Then Allentown was growing, you know what I mean? Bethlehem was still Bethlehem. Easton was its thing, but Frank was in like the Allentown, Bethlehem area.
I got
know
you.
what I mean?
So you guys moved there, and everything, soda,
Everything.
beer,
Everything.
everything's coming out of there.
And non-alcoholic ebbed and flowed, and it has. We just brought it back a year and a half ago. Year and a half. We just brought it back about a year and a half ago.
Okay, that's when Jim.
That was
joined.
actually my general manager. Yeah, that's
Yes,
when Jim joined.
that's when Jim joined.
we brought
Okay,
Jim
yes,
on.
I got you.
That was actually my general manager, Rob Gronkowski's idea. That was we actually wanted nothing to do with it. We've dealt with it in the past. I'm just being honest. We've dealt with it in the past, and it wasn't a good experience. And that was the way the company was ran at the time. That is what allowed for us to not care for it so much. But now we're in a much better place with it. We have much better products. We're more driven about it now. And we're more focused.
You can tell,
as
yeah,
see.
obviously.
Yeah, we're more focused, as you can see.
Yeah.
And we're focused on better products and really getting them in the hands of people that want them and not just forcing products on people.
So then you're over in the east side of Allentown. You guys are operating. What brings you to where you are now, currently where you are?
So
Because I'll tell you, that location is actually fantastic.
So
I had experience going there like 3 different times, and it's just actually unbelievable.
it is unbelievable. Our
And
cur-
actually,
our current location-
the first time
Yeah.
I parked in your spot.
Hey, we
and I
went-
saw it. I was like, oh shit, let me back
Wait, the one
out.
that has my name on it?
Yes.
That's okay. People
I
do
parked
that.
in here, so I said,
It happens.
oh, let me back out of here.
It happens. We just, like I said, it was like 5 or 6 foundations next to each other. So that's not conducive to a long-term situation. Things are going to start to fall apart. It got to the point where when we were leaving Banko, I basically subcontracted our HVAC guys for every summer. You know, I was paying like around $3,000 a month to keep each cooler running. We had 3 coolers, you know, and it just wasn't conducive to
So then you made the
generating
decision
money.
to move over to the west end of Allentown.
We
there.
leased the.
I mean,
we leased
It
the-
was
we
it was
leased the
also
building.
leased.
oh, the property on the east side?
Yeah, it was leased.
That was leased for all those years?
Yeah.
Holy shit. I never knew that.
Yeah.
He was
Holy shit.
You were just about to get into it. You were just about to get into it.
It was leased.
Okay.
It was leased.
And so now the property that we have now is owned.
Yeah, we own
is
that.
owned by the company.
We own that.
everything.
So Banko owns that.
We were paying far too much money.
Dirt to the shingles.
Yeah.
Is everything is Banko Beverage.
Yeah.
And the other lease whole thing's a little more complicated.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, we don't have to
could
get
tell
into
you,
that.
but we'd have to kill you.
Yeah, we could tell you, but I'd have to kill someone. But so you know, it just came to a point where we figured it was time to get out of that. And
Real quick though, when you're at that Hanover location at that time, you're driving now, say early '80s, you know, mid '80s, getting into the '90s. When you're at that location, how many drivers are like you? How many guys
What?
you got?
like him,
Well, not like
No,
him, but
he was like a
position.
fucking angel. What do you mean?
Position.
This guy's a saint compared to them guys.
We had
Talking about-
so when we were on Hanover Avenue there, we probably had about 20, 25 drivers.
Wow.
Okay.
Holy shit.
And we also had kind of a trucking company when the grandfather Frank, he used to actually import before there was like these deregulation laws. He used to bring all the Molson from Canada into the state of New Jersey.
He did. Your grandfather.
Every drop.
Every
So we
bit.
might have had at one time 50 trailer drivers under the guys that I never met, didn't know. Guys, they would run
Coming from Canada.
just 3
Let me ask you,
trips.
that
three
tractor
trips a
trailer
week.
place
Doing
across
runs.
the street, was that run by you guys?
Atlantic was ours.
That was you guys?
Yep. So was the gas station and truck wash to the right of it.
Yeah.
Banko Beverage Company.
That was all you guys? That whole...
Banko Beverage Company, once it moved to Allentown, was completely self-contained. It needed no outside resources.
Wow. I mean, I used to look at that.
Everything was
I would drive
in-house.
past Joe and I would like...
The only
say,
thing we needed
I wonder if they got
from
all
the
this.
outside would have been a truck, but that would have been a truck to be delivered to his trucking company.
Oh, I see what you're
That's
saying.
all-
You see what I'm saying?
So he
yeah,
owns
you're
it.
filling it up.
Yeah,
He owns
so
it.
he
You
owns
just
it.
take it. Yeah.
Or
Get
he's
it
just
out.
taking his delivery. That's it. That's amazing.
That AB International.
Yeah.
The B wasn't for.
And you still have Molson,
It
right?
wasn't Bethlehem. It was for Banko.
It was Banko.
Do you still
my
sell
God.
Molson?
No, we don't.
You don't.
Why
So,
the fuck was Molson so popular in the 80s and 90s?
Because I drank it when I was in high school.
You know, it was.
cents. It was how cheap. I mean,
And it was
good
not the Molson that they drink in Canada. It was Molson Golden. You can hardly find a Molson Golden anymore.
Oh,
Is that right?
Yeah, you can't find it.
It
It's
came
a-
with
You
Molson.
can't?
Then it
Oh,
was
I've
like
drank it
the
a bunch
Molson
of times.
I drank
Canadian.
Molson Golden so fucking much.
We had,
Oh my God!
I mean,
You thought you were the fucking man.
a lot of
We got
these,
Golden tonight.
a lot of the Molson, you know, we didn't even see it at Banko. It never hit our warehouse. It came from Canada.
well, a couple
right there.
packages did.
Well, like Molson,
not at
I've
that
never,
time. Not at that time.
That time
You're
it went
you're
right.
you're
It went right to the. It went right to
I've
to
never
Jersey.
drank Molson Canadian. Like it was only Molson Golden.
Yeah, nobody
Well,
knew.
that was our lowest carried Molson.
Oh, it was the
Besides
worst.
Molson.
I would
And-
just
but
never
that's-
touch it.
But if you went to Canada, I went to Canada. My buddy worked in Toronto. I went there and said, "Oh, give me a Molson Golden." They looked at me like I had 3 eyes. You know what I mean? I'm like, well, Golden, what's that? Oh, we shipped that to the U.S. And then, I mean, the whole thing. But getting back to your question about Allentown and Bethlehem, when we were there, we were right on the border of Allentown, Bethlehem.
Yeah, it was split.
80,
Yeah.
probably 80% of our business at Banko was done in Allentown and Bethlehem. So you left. You
Easton wasn't even
left Hanover Avenue 20 minutes to your furthest stop. 20 minutes.
We had
To your furthest stop.
Furthest stop. You go this way, you turn right till you get to Easton. What's it? 12 miles.
and we
13
had
miles?
one guy going to Easton at that time.
Yeah.
Like overall, I'm talking about overall at all.
Was the
times.
bar scene
It
in
was
Easton
wa-
during that time big? No, right?
It was fucking mothers.
It wasn't much.
No.
It wasn't like
Mother's.
today.
What's the underground bar?
Yeah, porters.
Circles, yeah, Circles used to be there.
Yeah.
Used to be there
We
at
did
6 in the
sell-
So
morning.
it was all
We didn't
Bethlehem,
sell beer there. We,
Bethlehem and
I
Allentown.
don't know how they got beer
Well,
in
they
there.
said we.
yeah. It's like,
Once again, gotta kill someone. I keep talking.
So 20, 25 drivers just like you in your position going all day.
but we had, So
Wow.
we had, like, we had about 10 guys that just did, like, distributors. Then we had another, like, 8 guys that did bar routes. Like, I just did a bar route. And, they went out, some guys went out twice a day, but
Now,
it was all so local. So now, our biggest stop, like, so where we're at
I was
now,
just gonna ask
our
that.
Our
Yeah.
furthest stop,
Yeah.
we go to the New York State border.
And you
Both ways.
go to Dimmock, right? You go to the Milford, right?
both ways.
You,
Yeah, Dimmock,
further
yeah.
than that?
No, well, again, as
New
far-
York State
when
border.
You get to, when you're at Milford, you go across the bridge. Where are you?
New York.
New York.
You're in New York. Yeah.
There you go.
So you stop there.
Stop at Milford.
You got Port Jervis, Milford. You got
Matamoros.
Matamoros, yeah.
Yes, that's as far as we go.
Everything straight up from Northampton and out left to what is that one? Is that Pike? No.
Yeah, we have
Yeah, that's Pike County.
Pike County.
All the way. Yeah.
So we
that's
have
our last
Pike,
one, right?
Pike County, Monroe
the
County,
west.
Wow.
and then we have
How many drivers
Lehigh,
now?
Northampton, Carbon.
Between
That's
both
the
companies?
that's
Yeah.
the lower footprint, and then we have up in Banko North, up in your area there, we have Lackawanna,
Yeah.
Luzerne, Wayne, Wyoming,
Yeah.
Susquehanna.
Gotcha.
What do you say? 60 drivers?
Yeah, something like that.
Wasn't there a Banko in Hazleton at one time? Is that?
There's
No.
been other Bankos.
No, I don't think so.
Not in Hazleton.
Hazleton used to be quality. They were a bunch of
But like
There has been other
Bucks.
Bankos, family members.
Well, so you have to understand. Here we go. All right, so
was never another bank. Yeah, there was one.
there was one
distributed.
Banko Distributing.
Right.
Things got split up. My mom and her brother aren't close.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah. So, things were wanted and to go one way. They went the other way. Mom ended up with Banko in Allentown, and that shifted feelings and made things a little awkward. So any other Banko you see outside of the Northampton, Lehigh County was Frank or his son Chip.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So Banko Distributing, that was the one directly beneath us, or was that Stadler?
That was at Bucks County.
That was Bucks.
Bucks County, Stadler turned into
Banko
Distributing.
Distributing.
They sold it and named it.
Just off the top of my head, did you do time in the warehouse, delivering and all that?
Oh, when did you start, actually?
Yeah. When did you...
So I got my first job at a local pool when I was 15, but I got fired from that, and my family was not happy about that. So they put me on the ground crew of Banko for 3 years.
Ground crew? Explain that.
So filling up the
I was the
trucks.
fucking ground crew.
Yeah, I know what you mean. But
Like
I'm saying,
cutting grass?
What do you do?
Literally.
Oh,
with
ground
a
crew, like
fucking-
landscaping.
Like we had a steep hill in front of the office. I had a rope and a lawnmower. And then my grandfather, because there wasn't a lot to do, and he was upset that I got fired, he wanted me to clear the weeds off the fences. Well, the weeds haven't been cleared off the fences in like 30 fucking years. So
You're out there with a chainsaw.
that shit took like fucking 2 summers.
What high school did you go to?
That's on the east
Easton.
side.
You were at Easton.
Yeah, I was at Easton.
So after school, you go to work.
Could have been sitting at a pool.
So they
but
didn't.
No,
he didn't want me to
pull weeds.
They didn't want me to. They didn't want me to work
Not go to school.
when I was in school. They wanted me to go to school.
I got you.
But at the moment school ended, like the
Your
day
summertime.
after, yeah, that was it.
That's it.
I was there every day. We're supposed to be at least.
Did you play football at Easton? Any sports?
I did up until my father died, and then I was in football and wrestling. But once he passed, I kind of lost my motivation for all that stuff. You know what I mean?
So
Which
more-
I regret. Which I do regret. But it is what it is. And then I played flag for shit. I remember your face. And I remember your face. I remember you blocking me. I'm sick of your shit.
That is funny. Don't worry, it's just that. So
That was actually a perfect drop, actually.
So you're after high school, no college.
I went to NAC.
Okay, tried it out.
I did go to NAC. I tried it out. So I failed my junior year. Like I said, after my father passed, I lost pretty much all motivation. I got into some wild shit. I knew that I wasn't really going to go super far after I failed my junior year. And I didn't fail my junior year. I just didn't attend school. So once I decided to start attending school again, they were like, you're a junior again. So I was like, all right, cool. Did summer school a couple times, went to be a senior, graduated. And then I didn't take SATs or anything like that.
Yeah.
So I couldn't have really applied to anywhere. So I just went to NAC. I felt that out for 2 semesters, and then I just went back to work, man. That
Wasn't
shit-
for you.
That shit.
Yeah, it just wasn't for you.
So
So
then,
you go straight there, straight to Banko.
So I went straight to Banko, and at that time, once I passed 18, then they put me on the trucks. They put me on the trucks, and I was there for I was on the trucks for probably 5 years before they made me a merchandiser. And then I was a merchandiser for a couple years. And
Give me a timeline year-wise.
So you have to understand, I left a couple times because.
No, I mean those times when you were a trucker. When you're 18, what year is that?
So when I was 18, that was 1999.
oh wow,
Okay,
Yeah.
so you're talking late 90s to early 2000s.
Yeah, and like I said, I just I got hopped on the truck. I was there for a couple years. I would do deliveries. They would put me in vans and stuff, but I never got a CDL. I tried to get a CDL, but my grandfather wouldn't let me. I don't know what that was all about.
Probably a good.
Yeah, I get it. Whatever. Shit was still corny. I tried to get a CDL. He wouldn't let me gain a life experience, so I didn't. And
how was that experience when you said to him? Just I have to say this because I know with my dad certain things. I want to get a CDL.
so
What's he say? Like at that? Because I mean, he's a powerful person.
there were no real conversations between my grandfather and I. It was-
So he sent somebody saying
no, it was his conversation. No.
It's his.
We spoke.
Just not
But
a
he
place.
just-
It was just his conversation. I wasn't talking. Yeah, I was listening. I was just listening. You know what I mean?
You were responding in your mind,
got
but
you,
nothing was
I got
coming
you.
I
out.
responded in my mind a lot.
That's like my dad and me. Yeah,
I just shut the fuck up and took my licks. And
I could.
I wasn't going to disrespect that man. That man was a fucking legend and right before my eyes, and I knew that as I was alive.
you can't.
I knew that as I saw it. You know what I mean? So I couldn't disrespect that man. So I just shut the
Honestly,
fuck up.
when I saw him,
could
it would
picture
be
And I
like,
knew I was
conversation.
fucked up. I knew I was fucked up. Like I was never like confused about being fucked up. I knew that I had issues. You know what I mean? So if I had to listen to someone that is a legend, then I think I should shut the fuck up and
listen.
Yeah.
to
I can
someone
tell you
that's
this,
a legend.
Tony.
You know
When
what
we
I mean?
would see your grandfather, it was like seeing we were like.
Nah, bro, like the bows and the
I mean,
and the red carpet.
oh.
And nah, I get it, dog. I walked into his
He's
house
like-
every Sunday and felt the same way.
You don't
It
even.
was-
You
it
don't
was-
walk up to him. You know,
it was
like
weird.
I'm Joe.
No,
Rafino, a
trust
bigger
me,
guy.
I know.
And it was just like, I'm in the room with him, and I'm just going to stay over here. Like,
Bruh.
that's your...
I sat on the side of the room with my grandma.
very, very, very,
I sat on the side of the room with my grandma. Man.
dominant human
Yeah, he
being.
was.
And not a bad way for me. It was like...
No.
I had the honor at least
Well,
like 4 or 5 times of being in his presence, and I would just be like,
Don't take what I'm saying and confuse it.
oh, I
as
take it
to-
as great. I hear you all the
had
way.
the utmost respect for my grandfather.
So- yeah, so do I.
I never disrespected my grandfather, and I paid attention to everything that man did, regardless of our personal relationship. I could see
What a
from
great
a
guy.
very, very young age that he had a serious thing going on around him, and he had a
Yeah.
lot of people listening to him. And I was just like,
Oh,
why
yeah.
is everyone listening to this guy?
Yeah,
Even as a
he-
little
Joe,
kid,
he's-
because my parents brought me into Banko from when I was a little baby. I was in Banko all the time. I was this is Uncle Joe. This isn't Joe Marino. This is Uncle Joe. This is
Yeah.
my family.
Listen,
you know what I mean? Like, this is my blood. This is more blood to me.
as well.
This is more blood. Motherfucker, if I die before you. Listen, he is more family to
Put
me
the
than
Pizza
some
Fellas
people that are my
podcast in your will,
family,
too.
honestly.
No, I agree.
You know, and that's how Banko operates. There's a lot of that going on at Banko. That's not just a...
You could tell.
Yeah, no,
you could tell.
You could tell.
You could tell the
That's not
atmosphere.
just a one,
Two of
two
you.
person.
Yeah, I
That's
got
not
you.
just
It's
us.
throughout
man.
the
This
women
is
that are
real.
on the desk
Nah,
that
it's
are saying
bro.
hi.
This is
Yeah.
real family,
Well,
and
yeah.
we make sure that everyone treats everyone as such. If you don't treat everyone as such, we have a problem. We have a problem.
Yeah.
We want everyone to be on the same page. We're on the same team here, man. I don't care if you're on executive, if you're in sales, if you're in office, if you're in on the
if you're
truck.
doing the weeds on the fence.
I don't give a fuck what it is. We're all on the same team. We all want what?
agree.
We all want Banko to be better. We all want Banko to thrive. It's
Yeah.
not about me. It's not about him. It's not about you or her.
Sometimes it's about me.
Suck a dick. It's always about you.
No, I got that feeling when we came to the meeting.
No, listen, legendary.
I don't know why these two came, because they didn't say two fucking words, but I got that.
So I'll tell you a little bit about
what?
About Frank, Tony's grandfather. He had this presence, like Tony would say, and we were talking about that Goodfellows. Like Frank, like if he didn't have to, he would sit in a spot and he'd never move.
And it
He'd
was
never move, and everybody
You know what I
would
mean?
everybody
You
would
know what
bring
I mean?
a beer, and then everybody, especially if you worked for Banko,
You know what I'm
you
saying?
go over and you go.
I saw this shit when I was 4.
I gotta go kiss. I gotta go kiss the
knew it.
ring.
And I'm like,
it
what
doesn't
the
matter.
fuck is
and
that?
then you always had to kind of like peer around the corner and see how the last conversation went. Because you hope that was a good one. Because you're almost
Yeah,
in
if you're the
line.
next
You know
one.
what I mean?
You
So
were the
you're in
next
line.
one.
You don't want to be the next guy after somebody just got him nuts. So and he never really showed a lot of anger, but
But when he did,
but he could be like real dismissive. I mean, I got in a couple of jams over 46 years, and it's just the stories I could tell you about my interactions with Frank would be like, so you would walk into our office and you walk in and he would sit and he had his chair faced the whole office. There was a window there and he had a button.
Stop, wait. One second. The whole fucking office.
the one that you're at now, no.
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
The whole office faced one desk. And that one desk
Was your grandpa?
faced the whole. It was such. I've never seen anything like that before or since.
Poor girl's sitting there like answering the phone.
And he's right. Tell him about the buzzer. Tell him about the buzzer.
And then he had a buzzer, and if he wanted, if like he needed something, and then you'd see like ants, like going crazy.
Not fucking ant.
So
that's what that shit sounds
so
like.
if you wanted to talk to him, okay, you walked into the door. His back was to you. And then the guy who was our vice president at the time, Billy Papano, he was facing you, okay? So you would walk in, and you wanted to see Mr. Banko. And you'd stand, and he knew you were there, but he wouldn't turn around. And Billy Papano would go, "Hi, Joe. How you doing?" "Good, Billy. How's it going?" "Very good." What do you need?" "Oh, I'm here to see Mr. Banko."
Meanwhile, Mr. Banko's
He
right
don't
here.
move. He don't move. He's 2 feet from me. 2 feet.
Mr. Banko's right
and
here.
Then, if he wanted to, then he would do this. Yeah.
See,
By that time, you forgot what you wanted.
Yeah, you forgot.
I said, nothing. I'm going.
You would
I
have
ran out the door.
quit your job and run away at that point. You know what I mean? Like you're just like, fuck. I don't even know.
It's no big deal. I said, that's okay. I'm good.
I'll
I'll talk to you next time.
So he was like never yelling, but very powerful. And if he wanted to, he could be dismissive. And that's a power in itself.
Oh my God.
Well, there was
One
no
of the
reaction.
greatest powers you could give to somebody is to not give them anything.
There was no reaction. It was all
You
stoic.
can yell at somebody.
You're right
They're
about
giving
that.
you
I was
something.
in room. I'm telling you, it's like 5 times I was in rooms with him, and it was just like the group I was with. We were in awe that we were in the room with him and the guys around.
You
him.
know what?
Like,
And you know what's crazy?
it's like, oh my God! Like
what I've said to everyone that
I
says
knew this guy.
what I've said to everyone that said something like that to me is and once again, I didn't have a close personal relationship with this man. You have to understand that.
Oh, I only know distant of the stories.
But
you know,
but if he's in the room, just shut up.
yeah, that's what you did.
Just shut up. Just shut up. And
You did.
Listen, and if he's got something to say to you, listen to what the fuck he's saying, because that guy
Yeah.
didn't. That guy and all the guys like him that built this country, they didn't do that. There weren't mistakes made. And if there were mistakes made, they're buried somewhere and we don't know about them.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
How did this
it
happen?
was a whole different story back then.
Yeah. Well, listen, we're going to quick come back. We're going to take a break quick. We're going to have some food, and then we're going to keep continuing with this. We're going to talk about Banko. I do want to ask you some questions, Joe, about the business. You also, where you go, see what society's about nowadays.
so much more, yeah.
And so much more involved into it. We got a lot more going to come ahead, but let's have a quick break, go pee, and we're going to eat some pizza and have some food, and we'll come back. All right? Guys, episode 42. We'll see you shortly.
Great job.
I love that. I like the way you guys do this. Yeah, I like the way you guys do this. Yeah, you too. Absolutely. I love the way you guys lead it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we don't write nothing down,
And
Tony?
you don't.
Okay.
I drive out here. I drive out here. All right, guys, what's up? Episode 42, PizzaFellas podcast. Episode 42. Remember, go on Spotify and YouTube. Follow us, subscribe, hit those buttons. And episode 42, for all you fans out there, is the beer of the summer that we're going to be drinking now. Miller High Life, the champagne of beers, with its high level of
Great beer.
carbonation and clear color, similar to that of a champagne. The winning name that was chosen was Miller High Life, with the slogan, Champagne of Bottled Beer. Originally bottled in mini champagne bottles, it set itself apart from Miller Lite, and Miller High Life is the longest running product of Miller Brewery. So,
How did the
cheers to
song
Miller
go?
High Life.
How did that song go?
Cheers to you guys. We are also,
Salute.
salute, take your shots. Cheers to them. We're drinking Buffalo Trace, which I say is the best fucking bourbon in the world.
You guys got
That's
it
a good
shot?
one.
It's the best.
That's a good one.
Cheers to
That's
that.
a good bourbon.
And yep. And again. Sorry.
If you got the time, we've got the beer, Miller beer.
Yes, that's what it was.
That's what it was.
Miller tastes so good, so very good. I don't know the rest of this damn song.
The champagne of beers.
Now, when did the champagne of beers come out? When was that most popular?
Oh my God!
Well, I could tell you, I started in '78. I keep telling everybody that, so people feel sorry for me because I'm old. But they used to, High Life was like really, really big around 1981 because there was actually a slogan at when I worked at Banko with Miller. It was to be number one in '81, and they were very, very close. They were number 2 to Anheuser-Busch. Never got there. Nobody's ever got there. I'm sure anybody will ever get there, but it was
Now, when they said they sold it in those champagne mini bottles,
it was the little 7 ounces.
7 ounces that they sell today.
What you still right now?
They call them pony bottles.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The same bottle.
Yeah.
Well, shout out to them. Glad they listen. It's a great beer. There's nothing like snapping a High Life, and it's cold, and you're drinking it cold.
This guy's fact checking me here.
No. Don't put it on. Don't put it on.
Oh, we can't.
Because the YouTube will get kicked off. This ain't Lehigh Valley Pizza Shops, bro. It's fucking.
When I tell you,
YouTube will kick us fucking.
You guys out there don't fucking understand. When I tell you this guy's a fucking donkey, believe me, he's a donkey.
This ain't Parkland fucking high school. We can't just fucking have a thing.
He doesn't do one fucking thing right.
Anyways, guys, remember, go follow us, Spotify, YouTube, episode 42. Thank you to High Life. Thank you to our sponsors. Thank you to Banko Beverage. Let's get right back into it.
I can throw a fucking bottle at you. You know that?
Real quick, how did you guys like the food?
Oh,
Everything was good?
forget about it.
This guy's got fucking fall off the bone veal laying in the back like it's a that's a podcast. We're in a podcast right now.
Yeah.
This guy's got like fucking 2 Michelin star veal hanging out.
With potatoes.
I don't know.
Potatoes. Eat the
I
potatoes.
thought I was gonna have a slice of Domino's or something. You know what I mean?
We're not on Hanover.
Tony, I planned these meals out.
I know you.
I planned them out.
Oh, what?
He enjoys it.
I have ordered Domino's to Banko's Hanover location on a Friday morning at 5 a.m. because I had to work at 7 a.m. and I had to go to sleep and eat something real quick.
There was no Wawa on Union Boulevard back then.
There was no Wawa on Union Boulevard back
There's
then.
no Wawa.
No. You sat in the parking lot, ordered Domino's, went to sleep, woke up an hour later, and delivered beer.
Listen, when I do the chicken dies, I got to call you. You and Joe got to come.
Please. No, don't leave us out of that.
So to get back into it quick, Joe, I wanted to ask you right before we went on break, talked about his grandfather. Can you tell us a story about maybe an argument or something that you can't forget between you and him? You just went, he pissed you off, or you had an argument because you've worked there many of years. You're a great employee. You're one of their best employees, obviously, ever. Your sons work for him. Your heart and soul is Banko Beverage. So you had
Which one?
That's what I mean.
Really?
Bro,
Yeah.
him and my grandfather have had it out.
Really?
So my favorite would be that I was delivering beer, and I used to make my last stop the fairgrounds because Tony Siacco was my buddy, and a lot of guys I knew hung out there. And so at this time, I swear, I'm not drinking. I'm not. I sit there. So the cook gets the cook.
I want some of this one laughing, Tony.
The cook gets hurt, cuts himself. So Tony Siacco has to go back and cook. All I want to do is get out, get in there, get my check, and head down the road. Nope. Got to wait for Tony's. He's cooking. So there was a guy sitting at the bar who used to work for Frank. His name was Skip Fishel. And Skip Fishel went back. He left Banko, went to Gallo Beverage, and he was sort of like a bad guy in the light of like Banko, but he was a great guy. He was like, and he was my buddy.
In the situation.
So we're sitting there, and then there's another guy. I used to work for Gallo Beverage, Carl Soleric. He's sitting there. So
You know these people?
So Tony Siacco, he comes out, and we used to do a little gambling now and then. So he puts.
Oh,
he owed
now
me.
and then?
Yeah, he owed me $20. He owed me $20. He put the $20 on the bar. So I'm sitting there. Carl Soleric says, "Get Joe a beer." I said, "I don't really want a beer." I said, "Nah." I said, "Please, I don't want a beer. Get him one." So Tony, he sees money. He puts the beer up. He puts the beer up. Skip Bishop says, "Give him one." Right. So now I got $20 on the bar. I got 2 beers in front of me and a shot. I don't know who bought me the shot.
What are you gambling?
Just a $20 football bet.
Okay.
So this is 2:30 in the afternoon on like a Thursday. All of a sudden, I hear somebody go, "Hey, Frank." So I look up, and there's Frank. And he's sitting there, and I was like, he's sitting there, and he says, "What's going on, Joe?" I said, "Nothing." I said, "Just waiting for a check." With that, Tony. So then he goes to Tony. "Tony, give the bar a drink." Frank always did it. He walked to the bar, got the bar a drink. Tony sets a drink up for me. Now I got 3 drinks.
And your boss
And
is
my
looking
boss
at
is
you.
sitting across. He's sitting across there, and I'm driving a truck, 26,000-pound truck. I said, hell, what did I say? I said, I'm dead. You know what I mean? I might as well start. I drank them all. Then I went over and I said,
Meanwhile, you do that now, you are instantly fucking fired.
and so I went in. So then I went over to him before I left. I
Full
said,
disclosure.
I said, "Hey, Mr. B," I said, "I got to talk to you when I get back. When you get in tomorrow, I got to talk to you." He goes, "You sure do." And I left. So the next day, he calls me in the office. He goes, "You know we're not allowed to drink." I said, "Since when? We always drank. We always drank." But I mean, I would never do it in front of him because I would thought it would be disrespectful. But I'm caught, so I really had to talk to him about something else. And he said, "Well, I don't know what I'm going to do with you, Joe." He goes, "This again." He said, "I'll tell you what." He says, "I'm either going to give you a month off, or I'm going to fire you." He says, "But I got to go to Florida. I'll be back in 6 weeks. I'll let you know."
What the fuck?
Right.
You're like,
So what do you
Hey,
what
what
do
do
you
you
think
do?
what do you think the punishment was? They're 6 weeks of waiting.
Yeah, 6 weeks waiting.
He comes back. Now they say so now he goes to Florida. I'm like, "Oh man, when's he coming back? When's he coming back?" So
counting the days.
He's coming back Thursday. He's coming back Thursday. Okay, I got to be there Thursday. I don't know what happens. Wednesday night, I get the flu, this, that. I'm pale white. I go and I say, I got to go into work. I can't. 6 weeks. I got to see this guy. I walk in. Oh, he's not coming in today. I walk in the office. So, long story short, he looks at me and he goes, that's what he said. He said, "I'm going to give you a month off." I said, "A month?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "How much vacation you got left?" I said, "I don't know, probably a month." He goes, "Okay." So what he did is
Made you use your vacation.
he just made me use my vacation. Tortured me for 6 weeks. Made me use my
You
vacation.
learned every lesson.
I learned it. It was, yeah. I'm sure I did something after that, but that was my favorite.
But that was the
And-
way he was,
Good.
though.
Yeah,
right?
turn the
Am I
mic.
wrong
Oh,
on
yeah,
that?
yeah,
Am I
it's
wrong
like-
on that? That's the way he was. Like,
He didn't want to do it, but he felt like compelled because he said, other people, if nobody saw me, if it wasn't with the group of people I was with,
Right.
if people didn't see me, he couldn't come out to look weak,
Yeah.
But
and
another favorite story is we
Yeah,
used,
turn that mic a little then.
we used to have these bumpers, where the kids don't use them anymore. They drop the kegs. It used to be like a big thing of rope.
It was like hay.
It was like rope, and you'd throw the barrel on there, and so it wouldn't scratch up the sidewalk or bust it. Back then, it was for the barrels more than it was
because
the barrels would bust.
had a cork on the side, and if
Yeah,
that
they
Yeah,
would,
okay.
they would bust.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. If it hits
One
the wrong
day-
way, it's going to explode.
So I'm loading my truck, and we're putting the stuff. I used to keep my bumper in a wheel box, and I don't know, I had to do something. And I got this late order. It's like for 12 halves, and I had to put it in the wheel box. And I picked up the bumper, and I said, "Son of a bitch!" And I fired it, and I fired it into the wheel box. It went through over the top of the wheel box and out the other side of the truck.
Come on.
I'm telling you. So
Come on, out the
this
other
guy-
side of the
Can't even
So-
make this up.
Wait,
so
time out.
this
Was
guy-
the truck, was there a door?
Well, no, but on the top there's not.
So there were
Like,
two
on-
doors, but there
like
was
the-
like a little bit of a gap.
The gap is like where the doors
It's
go
an
to,
impossible throw.
Where the doors stop and then the doors go up, but above that there's a gap that's probably 6 inches.
You could stand there for 3 days and never throw it through the one to
Never.
the other side.
You could try that 100,000
Right.
times.
So I
You won
throw
the
it-
lottery.
I throw it. It goes right
Only
through.
him.
It
Only
goes
him.
right through. Right. And this guy who worked for us, he passed away, but he was a great friend of mine, Davey Heimbach. He's an Allen guy.
Heimbach.
Yeah,
Davey
yeah.
Heimbach.
I
Yeah.
knew Dave.
Yeah, Allen guy.
Dave, oh, man.
He
that
comes
guy.
running around the truck, and he's white as a ghost.
What the fuck?
He said, "Oh my God!" As I was throwing the bumper, Frank Banko's walking through the warehouse. I missed. In fact, Davey Heimbach swears that he went like this. When it went past his head, he kind of like turned around and grabbed his head and didn't see it. It was gone already. Thank God. But
Oh, my God.
1 second.
I
I'm
never
telling
heard
you.
this story.
Oh yeah.
I never heard this
I
story.
don't like to tell.
You would've
I
killed
only
Ken.
tell people that are like, you got to subscribe to hear this shit.
You got it.
There you go.
But those two stick out of my mind very, very much. And listen, I would have felt so bad that if I would have hit him, because I wasn't mad or trying to hit him. I was just like, I just fired it through and one shot in a million. And
Holy shit,
I
Joe.
ought to hit him. And he was probably, I don't know, he was in his 70s, mid-70s. I fired a 50-pound rope thing at him and like hit him in
It was
the
like
head.
a solid wrapped. It was just
Yeah, it was-
rope wrapped around itself into like
Yeah,
the
that was-
size of a big.
Use the
couch.
use the mic. Use
Like
the
the
mic.
size of a big couch pillow, like the size
Yeah.
of a wide
Right,
couch.
yeah,
but it was
wrapped in-
all rope wrapped around, so it was fucking heavy as shit.
Yeah, it was, yeah. I almost whacked him with it.
It would have fucked my legacy up. It would have fucked my legacy up.
How about mine? What are you worried about? Yourself?
Fuck you.
I love it.
Ah, John, I love hearing your stories, man. I can listen to them
best.
all fucking day.
I work with the guy. I listen to at least. I try to hear 2 stories a day. I try to hear 2 stories a day. So I'm about 30 years in on 2 stories a day.
Did you ever go on a trip with him?
On a trip?
Like a business trip?
Okay. I got one.
All right.
Okay,
You went
so
on a business trip with Frank?
no. So we were going to Frank was a big Eagles fan, and he always had Eagles tickets.
Okay.
So we were in the I was a driver, and it was the Minnesota Vikings playing the Eagles in a playoff game, and
Holy
You
shit.
remember
What
the
year?
year?
What year?
Wilbur Montgomery. That was the year.
98.
The next week, they beat Minnesota. They beat the Cowboys. So it was a very good Eagles team, right?
Yeah, that's odd.
Who was the coach? You
That's
remember? Was it?
I mean, this is
95, 96.
Oh.
No, Dallas
No,
was Super
no,
Bowl
no, no,
champs.
this was-
no.
What's the
This
guy
was
with
in the
his
80s.
sons?
Had to be the 80s.
Wilbur
'cause-
Montgomery
yeah,
or
yeah.
whatever. I was.
This is with the quarterback, Jaworski.
It was Wilbur Montgomery or whatever. So
Yeah, but that's Dick Vermeil.
it could have been. It could have been.
What was
So
it? Buddy Ryan?
So-
Buddy Ryan's the coach?
nah, I think it's pre that. So we go.
Has to be Vermeil.
So we go, and he says, "I'm going to give 2 tickets away to drivers. No, 4. 4 tickets to drivers, right? Why would you give tickets to drivers? But I win the lottery.
What?
I win the lottery. Me, this guy named Billy Kiernan, guy named Blackie Kratzer, and another guy, right? And so Frank says, "Okay, here's the tickets." He said, "I'll meet you at Ovations." Ovations was the bar
Yes,
underneath
Ovations.
the Spectrum.
Okay,
I took you to
yeah,
Ovations.
we went
Okay.
there.
Yeah.
Me and my
Right.
dad went
So-
there.
So
Yeah.
he's going to meet us there, right? So I'm there with Blackie Kratzer. So we go there. Oh, no, I'm sorry. This is after. But before the game, I'm there with Blackie Kratzer. So we're looking at the tickets.
That's the real
They're
quick
like
joke.
600.
Blackie Kratzer?
Huh?
Who'd you say, Blackie Kratzer?
Blackie Kratzer from Bethlehem.
Yeah.
The pool shooter.
Yes.
Real quick,
Bullshitter.
Not to interrupt you real quick, but that ovation, he asked me literally a week ago what the name of that was, and I was like, I have no fucking idea. I forget.
Yeah.
It was ovations, but go ahead.
When I took you there.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the picture on the wall.
We went all the time. So, season tickets.
So he says, so we go there, and on the way in, we meet him there. We get one beer. He says, "Okay, I'm going up to the seats." So I go there. Blackie Kratzer's going. Look at this 600 level. He said, "The scalpers are out there forever. They're out there, right?" And he says, "We didn't pay for these tickets." He says, "We could sell these for a couple of. We could upgrade, right?" So there I am. I said, "Don't worry, Blackie. I'll take care of this, right?" So I got the tickets. Who needs two? Who's walking right by me? Frank. Oh! He goes, "Don't sell those tickets, Joe." He goes, I said, "Don't worry." I said, "I'll get better ones." But so
That's
we
fucking
did
crazy.
sell him. He's looking at us, and so now he's kind of goofy with me already. And then he says, "Okay, I'm going to meet these guys." I asked him before the game if he would buy me a shot because he's just going like this. The bartender knew him, so he's like going like this. There was five. Every time he went like this, the guy come over 5 beers. So now we're after the game. Eagles win. Everybody's happy. He's leaving for Florida. He's going down there, and he's not even gonna meet us. He said, "You guys go down to you guys go to get something to eat. Go down to the pub in Quakertown. That's my buddy. Just tell him it's on me, right?" Said, "All right." So we're in there, and he had this guy who was worked for him in the Stadler area. His name was Serge Ryder, and this Serge was a pretty strong dude, and I didn't know this, but whenever he went on these little drinking things, Serge would arm wrestle people for money, and Frank would back him, right? So Serge had a bad arm. He can't do it. I went, "Hey, boss." After a couple of schlucks, I said, "Hey, boss, I'll do it. Get me in there." So we get this, and so he bets $20. I beat the guy. I said, "I could do another guy." "Sure, Joe." "I could do it." Boom, get the next guy. Now some big guy comes in, like your buddy over there in the bit.
My cousin, yeah.
Comes over, your cousin, yeah. All right, $100. I'm like, all right, Mr. B, let's get this guy. He goes, "You spend your 100. He goes, you bought the tickets. He goes, "You sold your tickets. Use your $100.
That's the businessman. That's the businessman in him.
Yeah.
Think about that. A little thing like arm wrestling at a bar after an Eagles game playoff game, and you go to a bar, you're drunk, and he's backing you up, and then he does his thing.
Oh, I'm stepping back.
Yeah, he's like,
Nah. Wait, did you win?
You spent your time, bro.
Did we win? No, I wouldn't do it because I wouldn't spend my money. I was going to.
There you go.
81, I had no money. $100.
Now $100 nowadays. Well, when you go back into business, my other question is for both of you. Beverage company, I mean, we're pizza guys. We understand, we all have our different understanding and common understanding of business. As you guys grow Banko Beverage to what it is today, as you get through the years, what has been maybe a challenge or have you seen, is the business growing crazy beer-wise, this, that, all of it together? It's got to be a different industry, different thought process.
I would say something like right now, logistics is the big thing.
Logistics, really?
Logistics, yeah, because
That's what we are.
it's,
We are a logistics company.
Yeah,
Don't get it confused. We are UPS. It is a package that gets.
Go ahead, turn the mic when you talk. It turns.
It is a package that gets from point A to point B. So, as much as we are a beverage company, we're really just a logistics company that sells beverages with really good customer service.
And you need great transportation.
yeah. Like when Frank was the guy and he was at that desk.
Then it was a
And
beverage company. That's
would-
when it was a beverage company.
That's when we were a beer distributor.
Yes.
We were a beer distributor. Bruno would pick up the phone and say, "Hey, I need 5 cases."
Boom. They'd be there that day.
The truck's there.
Or what? Or the
Or
next
he
morning.
says,
Or
"Hey,
the next morning.
hey, Joe, One time I had a van. He'd say with the buzzer, Joe, you still have your truck? You still own that van? I said, yeah. He goes, oh, here, take a half to Milford. You know, the guy just called.
That's true.
He goes, it's on
true,
the
'cause I
way
remember
home. I said, I live in Caddy. It's like Milford on the way
This
home.
is what Frank used to do me on a Saturday morning.
Milford.
That's what he used to do me on a Saturday morning.
Yeah.
Matt, come here. Walk in, hand me a couple slips, go grab that van right there, load it all in that van, take the van out, I'll see you later.
No, that's true because I remember when we had our beer.
Stop, figure it out yourself.
The van was a fucking 1978 Ford Econoline with a plyboard floor.
Scooby-Doo van.
With a plyboard floor.
Flat front, right?
And the steering wheel,
Yeah.
this is how you kept it straight. This is how you kept it straight. You kept it straight by going like fucking this, right? And I had 25 kegs and 150 cases in that motherfucker.
Yeah.
kidding me?
I mean, I can remember if you could get beer and you
then every time I knew I saw
call
that.
you guys and somebody would show up.
Yeah.
It was the craziest fucking
And
thing.
again, like I said,
It like never stopped.
I was fucked.
You had a time in the day. It was like, wow.
yeah, I mean, that's just the whole big difference of now. And for an old salt like me, sometimes, you know, I wince. But I know it's the reality, and I know the company is doing the right thing.
It was better than when you could just.
Was there any real quick though? Not to interrupt. Was there any hard times? Years that was just like shit. Where the fuck are we going? What are we doing? You know, because in every business you're either going up, but there's always a bumpy road. Obviously,
more than we would like to talk about, so we won't. But it wasn't.
I'm saying there was times.
It wasn't always smooth sailing.
Was it always smooth?
We're very lucky to be where we are right now.
Yeah, it's.
We're very blessed to be where we are right now, and it's where we are right now is a great position because it's the people that have been here for decades that have gotten us here.
Joe took over.
You know, it was no, really though. Honestly, no, he was a. Joe was an integral part of all of this, and if it wasn't for many loyal people, Banko Beverage Company, as you know, it would not be here right now today. We have been through some incredible transgressions to get where we are, and it was not easy. So, though it looks like it was, and you see a whole bunch of smiles on the outside, just know that
it's the same.
There were many tumultuous years where none of us knew what was going to happen the next day. So it's what I will say now is our team is amazing. Everyone that's there, and even the people from the past, we've all put in great work for Banko Beverage Company, and the goal has always been the same for all of us. Nobody has been selfish in anything, and everyone that's lasted, and everyone that's retired, and everyone that's still there to this day has the same common goal in mind, and that's to take Banko Beverage Company to the next fucking level. Because when Banko Beverage Company gets to the next level, that's
everybody else,
all of us, get to the next fucking level.
It's the same thing with related to sports, related to business, related to pizza shops, related to
this is a fucking market. Team, and if you don't want to be on the team, you can fucking leave.
There you go.
Yeah.
And that's how it is. I mean, look at Dana White for a perfect example.
Yeah.
How he runs UFC. That's his exact standpoint.
No, this is a team.
It doesn't matter what you believe, what your politics are, who you are, what you are, as long as you know that the UFC is who you work for.
The fact of the matter is, there's still some people. There's still, we have a great company, and everyone there is absolutely built for Banko Beverage Company. They want to see Banko Beverage Company get better. The only time,
so I'm going to say your turnover is not too high.
It's actually
low.
Actually, it's unhealthy. It's unhealthy from what I've heard.
How low your turnover is
from market analysts that our turnover
that's all bullshit
is
though.
I don't give a.
So is fucking Fauci telling you to get the COVID fucking vaccine? That's unhealthy too.
You jab? You jab?
Listen,
how's your heart?
Tony, never been tested.
Hey, salute to that.
Chindan, salute.
Fuck that.
Never been
Get
tested.
the fuck out of here with that.
You know what, Tony? I always ask people, why'd you get tested?
Well, so
no.
Let's just.
All right, you can.
Let's
Turn the mic.
Let's not get political, but I can understand.
I'll go there though.
I can understand being tested for helping the people out around you, but
no, that's false.
But when you fucking just listen to anything that that comes across your fucking common news.
I love the whisper. It's like
You
we're out of
probably need to seek a psychiatrist.
Oh, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
Well, no, you're just
mean,
controlled from
You need
the
to
outer
seek
mind.
some help if everything you
Never
see
got a
on the
flu shot.
TV when I was young.
No, never.
The best is
I was a kid and my mom was like, "Hey, we're going to get a flu shot," but from an adult.
Real quick, I never got the flu shot.
I have a 17-year-old. I have a 16-year-old.
No.
0 flu shots.
No. And you never get the flu.
0 flu
I've
shots.
never had the flu in my life.
Flu. There's
I'm
no.
35. Never had the flu shot. Never
It's
had
not
the
a
flu.
conspiracy when it's real.
When I
It's
learned
just
about the
not-
flu shot was probably like in the 2000s, and
I'm
somebody
sure.
somebody came up to me.
Well, it
You get a
wasn't
flu
real
shot?
when you were a
I was like,
fucking kid.
I was like, flu shot.
You got a
I
fever.
work. I
and then
I go to
someone
the
put
pizza
ice
shop.
pack
What the
on
fuck are
your
you talking
fucking
about?
head.
There is no flu.
You're either working or you're going to practice.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
And you can't not go to practice and do that.
Flu.
But, anyways,
What
back
is
to
this?
the
thing?
business.
What is this?
Wag.
The American Medical Association here. What the-
Yeah.
So, all
right,
I want to
anyway.
say one thing. I want to say one thing.
Go ahead.
It's
Go
not
ahead.
political.
About
It's
Tony-
conversation.
About Tony. Tony's saying that Banko has a lot of loyal people. The two most loyal people at Banko Beverage is Tony and his mother. Because I would tell you, listen, we know the business. Guys walk around buying businesses like they're buying cheesecake. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Yeah.
They've had offers. They can't. We know. I say I'm here, and I'm there for a long time. Without their loyalty, we had 2 other companies in this Lehigh Valley, Geiger's,
Oh, they all.
and then we had Allentown Beverage.
They
and then
sold
we had-
out.
And those guys used to mock Banko and say, "You're getting sold. You're going to be sold tomorrow. You're going to be sold." Oh, guess what?
Oh,
You're
you went
sold.
through that shit.
Oh my God! People
Oh,
would call
yeah,
me
I
on the
didn't know
boat.
that.
Oh,
No,
don't
I
worry,
was-
Joe. I already know you got a job. Don't
So
worry.
other drivers or people,
Whatever.
employees, whoever they were, at
People from
bars.
other people, they would just say
For at least a decade.
People took the money. They took the money. It's like a BlackRock situation.
No, I understand.
You
I'm
understand,
talking about
like-
Joe, though. You got heat for that. I'm saying you
Well,
got.
again, when you're out there and you're working, and somebody says you're out there, you're busting your ass. It's 90 degrees. You're going down the steps, and somebody goes, "Hey, you're done.
You guys are
You're done. You're done. You're done."
guys are
So,
They're selling.
people are coming out in the streets and saying this to you.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's
In the
and I-
wide open.
I'll be honest to you.
In the wide
When
open.
Geiger's
It's very
and
insulting.
Allentown sold, like I remember my old man was like that. That
It's
was
insulting.
like that was like pretty bad. It was like Polly-O cheese selling to Kraft in the pizza industry. Like the moment they sold to Kraft, Polly-O, I didn't use Polly-O for years because you were a trader.
So
There's something for for a stigma. Like
So we
standing
can't
up.
blame everyone because as Joe said, those offers that come in are
This guy just.
those offers
You make me laugh, bro.
those offers that come in
Kill
are,
me. You fuck. I can hang out with you.
those offers that come in they're insane, man. You know what I mean? So
But we're still.
How did you guys
if
get?
you don't see a lineage, if you don't see a line go, if
Yeah.
you don't see the
History, your family lineage.
if you don't see the next 2 generations going forward, why wouldn't you listen? Why wouldn't you sit there
I
and
got you.
entertain and
I got you.
Yeah, you,
now I don't care what my kids do. I don't know what my kids want to do. I don't give
Listen.
a fuck. My kids are smart as fuck, successful. They're on their own routes. So if they don't end up at Banko Beverage Company, that doesn't matter to me. I don't care about that. What I'll do with Banko Beverage if my kids don't end up there is I will make it public to the people at the company that helped me build the company.
Amen to that.
Wow, that's freaking awesome.
That's all I will do.
So you already have a plan in store.
So it's all getting finalized right now, but I have between my general manager, and this guy right here, and a couple other people, we have a lot of plans in store.
You have to.
We
You
have
heard it
plenty-
here first.
We have plenty of plans in store.
Yeah,
this
but
place,
you
this
have
place
to.
is never going anywhere, man. This is
Why would it,
This is
you know?
for families.
Listen,
Yeah.
let me
This
tell you
is
something.
for family. This can feed a whole family. This can feed one person. Off this job can actually feed a whole family. So why not keep it in store for everyone
Right.
to keep going?
You're helping
Well, why
society.
not?
You
Why
have-
not?
I mean,
words.
Antonio, let's talk about this. I'm going to say names, but we know 2 major Italian companies who their kids and the people that they had, who they put forward, how they went, sold it to big companies.
Yeah.
Not what he's saying.
Correct.
Oh,
You
no, I've
understand?
had some big fucking offers,
Right, but
man.
they
I've had
sold them to some
serious-
major. So how
I
would you-
could be
what's the
sitting
name-
back
What's
right
the name
now
for those companies?
somewhere.
When we were at the
For
one
sure.
place. Holding companies.
You're sitting.
Oh,
I am.
KKR.
You're sitting back. You're just doing it a different way.
Right, but what's it called?
Yeah,
That's why.
the way I want to do
Private
it.
equity.
The way I want
Private equities.
Private
I
equity,
know
yes.
if I listen. We know of 2 companies right now. They sold to private equities, and they had no plans, like you're saying.
Private equity is not the way to go because they
No.
take you.
Okay, so we get
In
offers.
3 years,
We get
4
offers
years
like
tops,
that too.
they sell you again.
We get offers like that too. We get like the lease back, buyback offers. We get a whole bunch. We get all of that. But we've had straight cash offers from competitors that were, I mean, you know, the average person would be like, yeah, that's obvious that I should take this money. You know what I mean?
They'd shit their diaper.
But you looked at your history.
With that money,
But Tony,
they
look-
kill themselves.
Yeah.
They would accidentally kill themselves. They don't even know what the fuck they're doing with that kind of money.
But you
Yeah.
looked at the
They have
history.
no idea.
You
They have
looked
no
at the
idea.
They have
history
no
of your
fucking
company.
idea.
The history and the
you
legacy.
believe in
There's
liturgy
90
and
years
legacy.
before me, bro.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree.
I can't even. What am I gonna do? This guy's dead. What's he? He's gonna roll over in his fucking grave if I disrespect. And then his daughter's looking at me because
Yeah.
I'm the next one up and I'm doing it for her.
Right.
So then what? I disrespect her and him in the same token. It's just it doesn't make sense to anyone. And not only that, like,
You live a good life.
listen. Let me tell you something. I grew up with money. Frank Banko was my grandfather, so obviously if that was my grandfather, this
You lived
motherfucker
well.
was a billionaire. I'm living okay, right?
Right.
Money it doesn't mean anything to me until it's completely gone, and then it means something. But
Yeah.
nah, I'm being serious.
That's a good statement.
Listen, let me tell you something. People will get you a lot further. Your connections,
100%.
you can go broke tomorrow, but as long as you still have your people,
You're networking.
still got your network, you can build again, man. That shit's it's what
It's
you
in
have
you.
inside of you.
Yeah.
It's what you
Tony,
have inside of you.
I
It's
said the
not-
same thing to the gentleman that I was on the phone with. Shout out again to Brian Hernandez from the U.S. Pizza. I told him that yesterday.
It's not.
I said, I'm not here for the money.
Yeah, and it's easy.
I'm
the money,
here-
the money's actually the fucking easy part.
Yeah.
It is.
The money's actually the money's actually the easy part
Yeah.
once you learn how to do that. But it's the relationships that you have to
The
cultivate.
continued
Yeah.
relationship.
and continue to pound that out.
Yeah.
Pause. You have to keep going. You have to keep going. So the only way to continue going is to keep those relationships strong. Continue going on the same path you were on in the beginning. Do not falter. And don't let that shit, that bullshit, the bullshit offers and the people trying to blindside you and the rumors and you just fight through all that. You don't listen to any of that shit. You put on horse blinders.
But you have to say, it's pretty entertaining to see that people come at you that
This
way.
shit's fun.
It is fun.
These people are pussies.
Yeah.
These dudes
It's
are fucking, they're beta males.
Yeah.
These dudes are fucking. They're not
you
built.
can tell
They're
them
not
some-
cut out for this shit.
But you could tell
They're
them some
not
crazy shit
Now
at
the
that
guys,
time.
the guys
Massage
that
night-
no. The guys that offered us big money for the company, I digress. The guys that offered us big money for the company, them guys are heavy hitters, man, and that's who we want to be like. We want to be like them, so I'm happy to turn them down. I can't wait to continue to keep turning them down because, motherfucker, at some point, you're going to have to sit down and talk to me. At some point, you're going to have to stop ignoring what we have going on over here, and you're going to have to include me and my people in the fucking conversation. And if you don't want to, that's fine. I'll just take up this whole side of the fucking Monopoly board with
You know what
all
you
my
know what you
people.
say to him, Tony? Listen, if you want a conversation, get a good person to massage my loins.
That's a good one.
There's that.
Sounds
Yeah,
like
I
Thursday.
mean, listen, you massage my loins, maybe I'll let you sit in my room. If not, thanks for the massage.
Scram.
Get the fuck out of here, you asshole.
So I want to ask you guys quick though. When you were all these years, you're just Miller Lite now. How does that work in your industry? Where I know I'm saying now, like not only Miller. I'm saying like you can't sell Bud Light. Like how
What do
how
you
does
guys-
that work?
Yeah, who do you guys carry?
Yeah, like,
I'm handing it off to my sales manager.
Okay. So it's all about franchising.
Was it real quick? Was this like that when you started?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, it's always franchising.
Oh, it's always been like this.
Yeah.
So what are the rules? What is
when
it? What's it like?
Bud Miller. God. Molson Coors.
So
and
how
Miller
it
Coors
how
were
it
the
works
same
is
house.
They weren't.
we're the franchise. We're the franchise for like they're suppliers. So Molson Coors,
Is now one
they're the supplier.
Wait, who is that? Who is that? Coors and who?
Molson Coors
Molson
is the
Coors
name is the name of the
company,
supplier.
So Miller, Coors, Molson are all under one umbrella.
And
At
like-
I
one
got you.
point in
Like
time
Yuengling.
when we
So now
started, it was
we have a
Miller,
contract.
Coors, Budweiser.
We have a territorial agreement.
Okay.
With Yuengling. Okay, say Yuengling. So we
Due
have
to the fact
we have
they're
Lehigh,
here. Okay.
Northampton, Monroe.
Gotcha.
Pike. We have the
And you're only selling
We have
it.
the counties. No other wholesaler can sell Yuengling,
Yingling, except you
but
guys.
Banko.
But that's how it goes.
in
That's what I'm asking.
in our footprint.
County per liquid.
Go ahead, turn the
per
mic if you're gonna
state.
just turn it quick.
Per county, per liquid, per state.
Okay.
Liquid county state. Liquid county state. Liquid county state.
Government thing?
So
LCB.
So you get started, and then now when you get to like the 90s, 2000s, it's this is what you're selling. It's
yeah, so if like there's not many new beers that come out, you know what
No.
I mean? Mostly there's new beers, but
IPAs,
they're always this,
oh.
but they're always the same wholesale. So I would give you a good example. So right now we sell Sweetwater.
okay. Yes,
We
yes,
sell Sweetwater.
Yes, yeah.
We never sold Sweetwater ever. But the guys from Philadelphia, Muller, they were selling Sweetwater. So I used to tell the guy, listen, we need to get Sweetwater. We want to have it. So again, other people.
Oh, so you got to get connections from other cities, other breweries, or
Kind of.
and
So
bring
they're
them,
gonna
say,
expand.
when you sell to the Lehigh Valley or the counties I'm in. For example, we'll keep it on a small level.
have
Lehigh
to
Valley.
pitch.
You got to pitch, get that contract, and now you're the
If
only
we
one
want
selling.
if we want them, we pitch.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to understand the whole business.
And vice versa. And vice versa. If it's someone we haven't heard of before and they want their liquid to be distributed in Pennsylvania and we come upon it and we find out that we taste it and it's a good liquid and you come and pitch to us, then hey, if the partnership sounds good, then yeah, we bring you on. That we're not scared. We're not scared and we won't cannibalize the
So
market.
how did
we
it
won't
work
dilute your
with
beer.
Miller Lite?
Well, we've had Miller Lite for
40 years?
ever.
50?
I'm saying though, like
60 years?
and the relationship's been great with them through those 30 years.
Yeah. So it's a franchise. So
Yeah.
And again, it's in territories, and so we have an agreement. We have to do this. We have to have so many
You gotta
trucks.
do so-
we have to
okay.
do So we have an
Okay.
agreement. We have standards we have to meet, and so as long as we do all that, the franchise laws in the state of Pennsylvania protect us pretty much. Okay, so
Oh, okay. I got
can't-
you.
They can't just come in and say, "Joe, I don't like the way you look," and
Right.
I don't know who you. Yeah.
we're taking the Miller somewhere else. So I'll give you Sweetwater. They're not selling beer anywhere in our footprint, so they need a wholesaler.
They need
So distributor. They need a wholesaler.
I got you.
But we're a wholesaler. So they might say, okay, we're going to interview Banko. We're going to interview Penn. We're going to interview Origlio. And we're going to decide who's going to be
Who's
our
gonna
guy.
take
So
our
when you say Penn and Origlio, are they your competition?
Yeah.
So they're operating in these counties?
Yes. So not all of them. Not all of them. Up in the northern, Verastro's a big player.
Verastro, yeah.
Rastro.
The guy comes in. I'll never forget. I get the call, and so finally, after about 2 years, I get this meeting with this guy from Sweetwater, and he comes in, and I get the kid that's like our office guy. Said, listen, make a PowerPoint. I don't know how to make a PowerPoint. I just thought of bullshit, right? So he makes up the PowerPoint.
The video on the wall.
Right, we go do it. I present the thing. We go down. So I'm meeting the guy, and he says, Phil Grammatica was the guy's name, Grammatica. And he says, so we're going. I was like, man, I says, well, when are you going to let us know? He goes, you got it. You got it. So we signed an agreement for our 10 counties. And so now we sell Sweetwater for our 10 counties.
One of the largest growing
Go ahead, move the mic.
independent brands. One of the largest growing independent brands in the States, too.
Really?
They're doing amazing, man.
And-
That
and-
company is absolutely out of this. world.
Sweetwater, huh?
Sweetwater.
Well, shout out to Sweetwater.
Yeah, shout out to Sweetwater.
Yeah,
No,
and,
we had some of their beers on. We had some.
and so
Yeah.
they got bought.
They're all right. They're
by
good beers.
They got bought by a pot company.
Fucking great. Shut the fuck up.
I love them. I mean, they're good beers. You know what I mean? Listen, I'm a beer guy.
So they're-
Real quick, I'm not trying to interrupt you, Joe, but I go to that Other Side Brewery in Brooklyn. My buddy stays in line.
Well, they have one in Philly.
You know, they have one in Philly
Yeah.
now. He went to that.
I went to that
Those
one, too.
beers are, so what you guys do is there's IPAs, there's all this other shit, right? You got to deal with now you guys got the Jack Daniel's hard teas. You had to develop your fucking business model with all the shit going on from the early shit. I went to college 2011. From there to then, now there was no seltzers back then when I was at college. So I graduated 2011. There was no seltzers. You're not going to buy a fucking hard tea, that shit. What takes your business to get to that level where you got to now integrate all this and get those contracts? Is it contracts?
Basically,
Or agreements.
Basically, so supply like we're a supplier like Molson Coors.
Because the liquor store selling that stuff, you know.
Well, they're selling. We sell
Stateside, they sell liquor stuff.
We could
now
see-
you
yeah.
got to sell the seltzer stuff.
The
that
malt.
You could, yeah, the
So
malt.
it's malt-based. So-
yes, the malt.
So like we've sold Seagram's
Oh,
Coors forever.
yeah.
Forever.
Yeah,
And now
that
this-
was.
5 years.
Listen, in the '90s, my bar,
making me happy.
Whenever we had a party, like a family party, 150 people, 200 people, Seagram's was fucking gone.
Yeah.
Gone. The empty bottles of Seagram's. I remember as a kid when I was fucking 8 years old, seeing the bar, Seagram's everywhere.
You get in where you fit in the market. There's always different laws, and that's the problem with all of this. It's all controlled by the Commonwealth, right? And whatever they see fit to put into law at the time. So, right now, as it stands and as the way it stood, we can't touch liquor. We can't touch wine.
I know that.
But we
the
can
seltzer
touch
industry, yeah,
variations.
of it. And now, how'd you
Fucking
get?
crazy.
How'd you guys grow? Who was the one that said we got to get involved in this?
We go with in other words,
What would be the first company that when the seltzers hit,
it's
them-
more or less the suppliers. So like we have contracts with suppliers. So you've had Vizzy here before, or
Yeah,
or
yes.
Gizzy, Dizzy, or whatever the hell Antonio decides to call it that night. But Vizzy, we only get Vizzy because we're Miller. Vizzy's made by Miller.
Gotcha.
So we get it.
That's
we
what I'm
didn't go
asking.
out and say, hey, we're going to the Vizzy.
What about the
Seltzer
Jack
Company.
Daniels?
Jack Daniels is Jack Daniels is owned by Pabst, who we sell Pabst.
Okay. So it's all
all
So
supplied.
they actually own Jack Daniels, though, hard liquor.
Yes. But
Wow.
that's their liquor division.
Right.
That's a whole different
We
division.
whole
can't
thing.
fucking touch that. Wow. And then so like with the seltzers, it's not that we do our best to strategically compete in the market, right?
Right.
And then
You have to nowadays.
right. But we are not collectively fans of the gimmicks. Right? But we know that we have to keep up with the roll of the tide.
Can't just keep pushing beer because there's more women going out. There's more women at the bar.
We know that we have to keep up with the roll
Yeah.
of the tide. So we
Yep.
do our best to do so.
And the golf course men are getting bigger and bigger.
They are. I'll tell you what, liquor and those liquor seltzers they're doing good in the segment. They're doing great in the segment.
Listen, those Jack Daniels RTs are fucking phenomenal.
I think we're killing it with these. I think
Those
we're
are
killing it with these. I
phenomenal.
think these
They're
are
awesome.
absolute go-tos. I think you can
Jack
crush
Daniel's
these all day by the
RTs.
pool.
Yes,
you can
I
crush
say it
these
every
all day
time.
at the golf course. You can crush these everywhere you go.
I go to the golf course. I'll drink. You know why? I hate the sweet shit. Right?
I don't like it either.
Nobody likes the sweet shit.
You see me
The
drinking the liquor.
the
straight,
White Claws.
right?
I get the fucking gas bloating.
All day long.
Nobody
I
wants the
love
gas
these Jack
bloating.
Daniels. I love these. Jack
Nobody
Daniels.
wants the
They're
gas
great.
bloating.
They're
They are.
actually awesome.
They are
You know?
amazing. They are amazing. That is our way to cut into their segment of the market.
You have to.
I mean, when I came home Saturday from the shop before Memorial Day, that's why I was drinking outside.
That's our way to cut into the
was
segment of the
awesome.
market. We don't have a lot of places where we can cut in, but
I know
where
one
we can,
beer.
we do.
I know one beer that would do phenomenal in Banko Beverage.
Tell me.
PizzaFellas podcast beer.
What the fuck just happened? What the fuck just happened?
That's right.
They're not
You have a fucking
brewery.
aneurysm.
Yeah, that's fucking right.
You have a fucking aneurysm.
I'm gonna make it happen, and Banko's gonna sell it.
Okay, so what's the style?
I don't know. We gotta discuss that.
We have two.
We just said it.
I can't
we
come
just said what
tomorrow,
style.
but Monday morning I'm in the office.
We can't do a shandy.
We'll call it.
No.
We'll call it IBM.
Listen,
It's a
Italian
cognac.
Big Mouth.
No, Pilsner. Pilsner.
Tony,
You
get
got
me
the-
a brewer.
the champagne
We'll
up
talk.
here.
Italian Big Mouth.
We're gonna call it Joe. This is the
Put a
champagne.
picture of Oliver on the can.
Yeah.
The cognac
Wait,
of beer.
Actually, we'll do this. We'll do the Shrek video. Oliver's face and half a donkey.
Yeah.
And we'll call him the donkey from Shrek.
Yeah.
And we'll put him on. It will sell fucking 1 million cans in the first
right.
week. Oh, what do you want?
Do you remember? I don't know if you.
Oh, the Buffalo?
Get this boy
Ah,
some
we got
fucking
Buffalo.
bourbon. Come on, get this guy
I
some
don't know
bourbon.
if you remember. Joe, you might remember. I don't think Sal would. White Mountain coolers.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I do.
I
Because
remember
of
White
him.
Mountain
I remember all this
We
shit
had,
because of him.
we had White Mountain coolers, and the reason we got White Mountain coolers is because they were made by Schaefer.
Yeah.
They were made by Schaefer.
We used to have them in our basement at
And
Croc.
so, one of the biggest beer companies they call themselves is Sam Adams. Do you know what Sam Adams sells? They sell
White Ale.
White Claw.
White Claw. Yes, they do. Because my cousin.
No, they sell. I'm
No,
sorry, they sell Truly.
Truly.
They sell Truly and Twisted Tea.
Yes.
And if they didn't sell Truly and Twisted Tea, that brewery wouldn't even exist out
No.
there.
My cousin
I'm not
is the
fond
fucking
of
manager
Twisted
of it.
Tea.
When's the last time you saw somebody like walking around with a Sam Adams? I mean,
stop.
it used to be like
SD
the
card
big
says
Boston Ale,
5 minutes.
but
Less.
Sam, I mean that
gotta
beer
wrap it.
segment.
What happened?
Yeah, but we got to
Well,
keep
everybody
going.
they
Yeah,
were
well,
craft
hard.
beer, but nobody had craft beer. Now everybody.
No,
They
you
make
just
it in
told
the
the camera's
country. They
gonna
make
go
I
it.
agree, Tony. I agree.
Nice
It's the craziest thing in the world.
It doesn't.
You want to go to a brewery?
It's a sugar drink one
Put my
day.
video on.
Next
And then
thing, it's a brew.
It's like
and,
an ultra
it's all over the
heavy
freaking place.
beer.
Yeah.
And then the next week it's a seltzer.
You order one off the tap,
And then
and
the
you're
next
like-
week it's a fucking 10% double IPA, and then you just
It's crazy. There's
you
a lot.
have to be in the market all the fucking time. You have to be in the market all the
Agreed,
time.
agreed.
You have to have feet and hands and eyes and ears in the market at all times. And
Or
if-
you
if
have to be the champagne of beers that people love, like me, a guy, and Tony. Miller Lite.
Well, listen, guys. I'm going to say this. We've had a great time. We're going to do it.
Fantastic time.
We're going to do another episode with both of you guys on because we're going to continue.
You should, because you haven't even scratched the surface. I mean,
No, I
Oh
haven't.
my God.
You
haven't.
honestly haven't even.
Wait a minute.
I know.
You're like
aren't we
we're
doing that-
still at surface level.
Oh, listen.
Oh,
aren't we doing the thing with Caddy Corner in Nazareth?
Oh, yeah. We
You're gonna
are.
be there, Tony?
You'll be there, Tony?
I'm there.
All right.
With Caddy Corner. Jay. Shout out to Jay.
We were there
from
last
Caddy
night.
Corner. They were there last night. What happened?
I saved Justin's ass from getting eaten.
We were there tonight.
By a girl or?
We had a
No,
great
but
time
from George
tonight.
Chigger.
We were there tonight. It was
Oh,
fucking
get the
amazing.
fuck out of here.
Seriously, the chicken wing was bigger. The chicken wing was smaller than him.
We were there tonight, and Jay was.
Jay did a great
Jay
job.
did a great
He laid
job.
it out perfect.
No, he
for
did.
us.
Listen,
Jay. Food was
shout out to him,
amazing.
but we're going to do
Drinks were
thing on his-
amazing. He did a great job. We should
No,
go
great
there.
guy.
Well, he's part of our La Familia.
We want to do a
there you go.
podcast from there.
No, yeah, we're
Well,
doing
let's set up
once
at the
he's ready.
fucking
No,
bar
we
there.
are. We are.
We are, Tony.
10
Joe's.
steps ahead of you, dude.
Who the fuck is yelling at me?
Me.
We all are.
I will fucking smack you.
No, you won't. Because then Joe Rafito will put you in a headlock and you'll be asleep, and they'll be like,
No, and then our
the
fucking
bacon-
sponsorships go out the door.
Listen, time out. We need a champagne of beers, a can over here. Dun, 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 dun. I need a champagne of beers over here.
The
Da,
best.
da,
Is,
da, da, da.
If you're lucky, I'll sing in the Schaefer jingle.
well, I'll do
Schaefer
I'll do a freedom funnel to that. Hold on, here we go. We'll do it. No, Mom, you need more than that.
Oliver,
Oh, I have a beer.
Oliver, turn to your right. There you go.
God bless.
God bless.
Let's do it, Sally boy.
America.
Well, I need the jingle.
America.
Hold on.
Schaefer is the one beer to have when you're having more than one. Schaefer, pleasure never fades even when your thirst is done. The most rewarding flavor in this man's world for people who are having fun. Schaefer is the one beer to have when you're having more than one.
Amen. All right, here we go. Jeff Adams, Remax Realty, 610-972-5323. Shout out to Jeff. Buy a house, sell a house, New Jersey, Pennsylvania. He's got you. Enter.net, social media, website design, all that good shit. Juice right here in front of me. I saved his life last night. Enter.net. There you go. Franco's Pizza, Rosenfilippo Belia in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. Go see them. Great food. Steve Seiler, he is to my left. Steve Seiler Insurance, 570-446-8023. Lehigh Valley Pizza Shops. My man, the Donkey, a.k.a. Oliver. His real name's Donkey. There he is, right there. Click and like his page. He's got 12,000, 15,000 followers, right? Perfect. Master Supply, Kevin and Barb Master. Our man right there is Dave Sweeney looking on his phone. His foot hurts, but God bless Kevin and Barb. Thank you for the sponsorship. T&Y Construction, Tony Nasser. No job too big. No job too small. All your construction needs.
That's good.
Banko Beverage, Joe Marino, Tony Gallo, and Jim Glassick. The amazing guys right here, right next to me. Joe's Teas, Zoa, Calypso, Jack Daniel, Pabst, Miller.
Miller High Life, guys.
Here you go.
Go out and get a case of this right
So
now.
good. So
Champagne and
freaking
beers.
good.
The restaurant store, shout out to Nick. Thank you for the sponsorship. Thank you for the oven. The U.S. Pizza Team. Remember, guys, we are the official broadcaster of the U.S. Pizza Team. USPizzateam.com.
How you doing?
USPizzateam.com. Thank you, Brian. This is what I have.
You know what? Shout out to Buffalo Trace also.
100%.
Because you know what? Buffalo
Definitely shout out
Trace,
to Buffalo
we're all
Trace.
taking shots. Everyone cheers.
Buffalo Trace. This
Hold on.
is to you.
Wait, everybody in the room. We got Colby's here.
Actually,
Nephews are here.
come back here. Let's do a shot real quick. Come on. Come back here. All of you. Get up. Let's go.
Chin
Let's
down.
go.
Get the fuck
Chin
out.
down. Get over here.
Yeah, we get
Juice is giving me gang signs to
We can
stop
make
it.
this.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. 60 seconds.
Is this starting or ending?
Here's Steve
We're
Seiler
just
right
taking a
here.
picture.
We're just starting, Joe.
videoing.
We're here for another hour
Our
and a half.
good man Colby right here. Dave, I don't know if you can get up, but Dave Sweeney's right there.
The
Bruno
best.
Scipione.
Dave Sweeney in the house.
All the Syrians over there playing. I
Gus
don't know what the
Elias,
fuck they're
Maurice
playing, but they're losing
Cesar.
a lot of money.
Tony.
PizzaFellas boys right there. Come up.
Alex.
Guys, thank you for coming out. God bless and good night.
Number
Thank you.
one show.
Good night.
Number one show.
Easy.
Fantastic.
It's a PizzaFellas podcast. Turn your speakers up, we gotta have a blast.
No, I'm telling you
Grab a
guys.
drink,
You don't
fill
even
a glass,
understand. I promise
light
you.
a cigar,
You guys-
come on, let's make it last.
Wednesday.
Pizza talk
You
with
still
Sal and
have
Joe, Oliver, Antonio. Pizza stories, they gon' tell us. Let's have some fun with the PizzaFellas.
You still have
No, we're not cutting it out.
no.
Really?
We didn't touch on. That's what I'm saying. I left for a decade.